Hey everybody, my name is Savon Pearson. I'm a cinematographer, but since COVID, I have been an editor doing network editing.
Y'all can call me Herm, OG Herm. I do audio, drone pilot, uh, BTS filming, music videos.
Hey guys, I'm Dominique and I'm a producer, former editor, and photographer. But I just produce now.
All right, my name is Gio Ruiz. I'm a cinematographer. I do lighting as well, BTS stuff. I'm from Miami, Florida. I moved out here to work in the film industry.
My name is Tristan. Oh, I don't have to look at the camera. Immediately forgot it. My name is Tristan Rush. I am a writer, stand-up comedian, editor, actor, and I do some sound design. Cool.
My name is Solomon Dobbs. I'm also known as Pink Skies the Affluent Bum. I'm a producer and actor within the entertainment industry, and I also do a little bit of camera operation. I want to say my interest in film started when my passion for acting kind of just emerged, if that makes any sense. And it's not more so emerged, but it was just, I've always been in front of the entertainment industry as a child. And so within that, it just took me a minute to figure out what I really wanted to do within it. And so I just took that moment and I just kind of said, okay, well, let me get really good at being the front man first, and then see what it takes to understand the behind the scenes. So that way, whenever I am the front man, I know how to, put together a really great show. And that's really when my interest in film started. So I would say 11, 10 type jazz. Yeah.
I would say my interest probably started in I don't know how old I was in 7th grade, but I was in 7th grade. And I joined drama club. He was there. And I was in drama club, and that was I think that's the only club I joined during I was in chess club, but other than that, yeah, I was in drama club, and I saw a bunch of people just acting and doing not necessarily out of pocket stuff, but it's just stuff you don't see on a on a daily basis. People are oh, that's a facade type of job, or that's a dream type of job, quote unquote dream, because it's people are yeah, you want to perform for people. It's kind of a weird thing to do, I guess. So I say, yeah, from going into acting, I kind of was yeah, I would want to know more about how this can be done on camera.
I would say my interest in film started when I was in elementary school. I want to say maybe 4th or 5th grade. But my older cousin, he was in a film class, and he needed help doing some of his projects, so I helped him out with some of that. And then we just started doing skits on our own. We would just sit down and just write the dumbest skits possible, and just film it on an iPod Touch and edit on this really basic program. I think it was called Video Pad or something like that. It was $25, but yeah. Oh, word? Okay, yeah. So y'all know the deal. And yeah, that's kind of how it started, and from there just kind of kept doing it. And so high school, I really started going really into it. So yeah.
So drama club, I started that in about 6th grade, and that went crazy. So I started to write kind of my own stories and things like that, and just kind of immerse myself into worlds. And so then after that, my sister got a MacBook when I was maybe 12, and so then iMovie was there, so I started to make stuff on there. So I started with trailers, then I was doing stories within the stuff, so I had my cousins and stuff do things, and so I was directing, acting in it, editing it, and I was like, yo, this is kind of cool. So I just kept doing that till high school. Then I joined a film club there, learned about editing and things like that, and then I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. It's what I've been doing kind of all my life. So I grew the passion from when drama club and just storytelling. So
My passion started in middle school. I would watch these YouTube videos called People Are Awesome. And it would just be people jumping off a building with a parachute or skiing. Yeah, it's a compilation of people just doing extreme sports. So I was I want to get a GoPro. I want to do that. And I was yeah, I'm going to do parkour. and it didn't work out. But I ended up going to an art school where I was allowed to like have my different phases. So I had like a YouTuber phase, and then it was just fun. But it ended up turning to what it ended up turning into. But, yeah.
My passion for the film industry started when I was 9 years old. Just like you all, I started on YouTube. So I would watch little music videos that people would make to different songs. So I'm talking like Justin Bieber, all of the different ones like that. I would make music videos to those. And then as I grew older, I started getting more into storytelling. I started watching gag reels. I saw the behind the scenes. And I always thought, I want to be a camera person. What I didn't know with the the terminology now as cinematographer, I just saw the behind the scenes. There was just so much energy, and I just loved it. I loved it so much. So that's where it started for me. Then high school, I started a technology club where I did films and things like that. And then college, went to a film school, etc.
I'm gonna just go ahead and throw it out there, and I don't know if anybody else relates, but I feel like it's just oversaturation, and it's just the fact that technology is making it so accessible for everyone to make art, and I feel like that's something that the pandemic really contributed to, especially because we're all locked up, and it's kind of this sense of we accept mediocrity, as opposed to the people who take these moments to really hone their craft and their art. We're honestly now competing with people who just throw content out there, but that's because we had this 2-year period where it was just a lack of information or just entertainment as a whole. That's where I would definitely say is the hardest part. I don't know if you all relate to that, but putting videos on YouTube is pointless at this point because there's so much stuff on YouTube. There's so many streaming services. There's so many musicians. There's so many camera operators, but it comes down to the people who have actually taken the time to hone their craft, to actually work on that, if that makes any sense.
I think the hardest part that I've noticed so far, so I've done the freelance, independent work, and now I kind of work in like corporate production, and that's a whole different world just in the fact that I'm 23. I graduated college about 2 years ago, and I'm the youngest one at my job because they're all old. And I'm not racist, but they're all old and white, you know what I'm saying? That's just the truth, especially in like movies and stuff. So it's nerve-wracking, and it's definitely hard, going into work every day, being the youngest, the only black girl at my job, and really at the whole place. And so it's just like kind of trying to like prove that you belong, but also having to like deal with feeling like, oh my gosh, like, do I belong? Even though I know I'm good enough, I'm as good, just because I'm young and whatever doesn't make me any less. So it's like and so I kind of have to like find myself, not changing who I am, but if there's like a work event, I'm not gonna be the one like drinking as much as them, because I don't want them to be like, oh, like she's just out of school and like that's why we don't really like whatever, or she's young and stuff. So I find myself trying to like be even more proper just to kind of prove that I belong. So it's just like having to work a lot harder to be like, no, like I'm your equal.
There's certain people who have the luxury of saying, I'm gonna sit here and wait till a job comes and sits in my lap, and there's people who have the luxury who don't have that luxury at all. So I feel like in that vein, you can, like, you don't wait for the job to come to you. You have to go out and look for the job. You have to go talk to people. That's not done. That's not done and out yet.
I feel like you just have to choose your evil, because I feel like no matter where you go, or what you're going to do is going to be something in your way to get to where you want to be. So it's like you can be in the industry, but like we know we don't know what be going on, but we have a sense of like it be some grimy stuff going on. Like I've just heard stories from like people who just be in LA and they be like, yeah, I couldn't even like stay out there because it was just messy, like everything going on.
And it's just as grimy in the streets. That's all I had to say. So I'm a cinematographer at heart. Touching a camera, it just sends some endorphins in my brain that I don't know what it is. I feel alive. I want to go back to touching my camera again. I mean, that's the skill I want to learn. I just want to go back to using that and not ever putting it down, because I've been touching my keyboard a little bit too much as an editor, and it's been cute. It's been a great run. I love it, but honestly, I want to do cinematography again. Yeah, I want to pick up a steady cam, like you said. I want to pick up a steady cam. I want to go follow someone and really tell a story, and that's what I miss. That's what I want to do. That's the skill I want to learn again. I want to relearn. Yeah.
My skill, I feel like the thing I want to do the most is just because I feel like in this world I'm so into like being on the phone, being out and about, but never really just like sitting down like at a desk and screenwriting. So I have a lot of stories that I want to tell and just no time. Well, it's like I have time, but I spend that time doing other BS and things like that instead of really like trying to just like hone in with my own art, because there's so much that I have going on up here, but I get so caught up in, oh, I gotta go do all this stuff, so I don't have time. And it's like my memory's gonna start fading, and like all these great ideas that I have, if I don't write them down, I'm gonna forget them, which I feel like I do that a lot. So just wanting to make more time to do that, and then just getting better at it, because I watch a lot of stuff and I'm always critiquing like, oh, like why would they write that? I could write it so much better. And I'm like, you know what, let me just tap in, maybe take a little screenwriting class, you know, because that's a art. And I even get it when like I'm watching a show and I'm pissed off at the writing. I'm like, okay, like it is hard, and I'm over here like I could write it better. It's like, could I? No, I need some more training. So I feel like I really want to tap into that, and then just like take more time with just like no noise, like phone off, quiet, no cameras and stuff, just lock in and just start writing.
No cameras.
No, that's really what I want. Like like a Airbnb in the mountains, like snow falling, fireplace on.
That actually sounds nice.
Let
Get
me
you
go
a
hike
yurt.
to the top.
Get you a
Big
little
ass
yurt.
mountain. All my work. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I'm a baby drone pilot. I say baby because that shit expensive as fuck. Yeah, but you know, I'ma still be a drone pilot. You have cine drones which move in 6 axis, up, down, forward, side, back. But they have this type of drone called FPV drones where you can do flips and fly under tables and all that shit. That shit fire. I'm trying to do that shit. That shit fire as fuck. And I'm going to do that shit. It just costs a little bit more money.
Yeah.
You do need a license, but you know, if they don't catch you, they don't catch you. I mean,
Gorilla style, my guy.
yeah, I'm saying, you know. But yeah, you know, drone piloting to the next level. I think if I'm not saying black people are good at everything, but if black people treat drone piloting the way they treat like rap music or any other thing that they apply themselves to, could take over in that industry. That's my logic.
And that's what I was trying to say earlier about assistant editing. We are oversaturated, as you said, but like drone piloting, editing, assistant editing, there's so many different facets of the industry that we have not even touched as black people. It's time. So it was just interesting that you said that. That's all.
The thing I would like to learn more about. I really like truly like I already have plans. I just can't. But I really want to get into animation. Like I really want to make some short. Like I have like a whole idea, and I've just been waiting to do it because I'm like I feel like I do a lot of like different like creative art things. Like, and I've like done editing. I've done like sound stuff. I've done like acting. I've done like performances like stand up. I've done writing. I've done a lot of dancing, like singing. I've done all of those things, but I suck at drawing. Like I don't know what it is. And when I sit there and I'm like, and I feel like for those other things, it was a point where I was like, oh, I know I'm bad at this, and I'm going to go learn how to not be bad at this thing. And like with this, it's one of those things where like I know I'm bad at it, and I'm just sit there and I'm just like, I'm just bad at it. No, but like everything else I've done, I've literally like I'm gonna just get better at it because I know I'm bad at it. But this is just like one of those things that's just like a freaking brick wall or something, man. Like, but like I really want to get animation. It don't really gotta be me that animate. I really be looking for other people to try to animate. But I feel like it's one of those things where it's just like you just kind of got to do it yourself type of thing, and then that's how you really find those people because you're doing it, and it'll eventually like that energy will just like kind of come to you or like start to surround you. But yeah, I really want to learn more about animation and just like just the process of it and everything. So yeah, as far as that goes.
I think what I want to get into is probably like 2 things. I think the first one, color grading. I think I took like about 2.5 years of film in Miami at Miami-Dade College, and I lot of the classes, like, you know, I learned all that stuff in high school. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like a repeat type of stuff. You know, definitely I learned stuff here and there, but I think where I learned the most was editing 3, color grading. And man, that class blew my mind. Like, I started applying all that technique to my stuff, and people were just like, yo, it looks sick. And I'm like, this is where it needs to be. Like, I feel like it's really important, like, how you pay attention to your color. You got to know how to actually, like, use it and use it to your advantage, and it just makes your stuff a lot better. And the second thing I want to get into, acting. I think like acting is a really cool medium. I really appreciate the art. I have one of my best friends. He's an actor himself, and like the stuff that he's taught me, like, you know, very surface level stuff, but like it just intrigues me, and I think it's really interesting. So yeah.
I would say the thing that I'm looking to get more into, even though I already do it, is scoring films. Not saying I already score films, but I make music in that instance. And I just feel like it's always been a passion of mine since I've started playing instruments at a young age, and I just want to hone in on that craft a little bit more, you know, just in the sense I feel like music is such a key part to a film. You know, when you watch it without the sound, you sit there and you're just like, this is just hilarious. Like, yeah, this is just foolishness. But once you hear everything once you have all of the audible effects of the film, you really get to immerse yourself within it. And I just feel like that's such a cool part, and I've always thought that was an amazing part. So I've just been taking more time to definitely practice my instruments a little bit more and just know what that whole process of producing music is like, or producing tracks is like. So yeah.
Let me go on that journey with you, bro. I'm trying to score too.
Listen, I'm here.
Hell yeah.
We all here.
Hell yeah.
Let's do it.
And take me on the color grading journey with you. We'll be going together.
Because I saw it blow your mind. Again, when you thought about it, you was like,
It blows my mind as well. 100%.
y'all ever see those videos on Instagram where it's like,
It goes.
literally, it goes across it and it changes it? You're like, wow.
It's so amazing. It's just crazy what you can do with a flat image. It's just absolutely. You can do anything with it. Anything.
You can find me at egglobalentertainment.com. You can also find me on Instagram and social media at Pink Skies. The other account is The Affluent Bum, and you can also find our collective at EGE Global Entertainment.
And you can find me at Sapimi J, that's SAPIMIJ on Instagram, and Savon Pearson, SAVONNE PEARSON on YouTube, where I expose everything about my life in artistic ways.
You can find me on Instagram at RuthlessGEO, and also you can follow my group, Capture the People. We do events, podcasts, music videos, all of that stuff. So tap in.
You can find me on Instagram at Dommoxie, DOMMMOXIE. That's 3 M's.
You can find me on IG at o.g.herm. You can also find me on my website, originalherm.com.
You can find me on social media. I used to have Twitter. I don't anymore. I now just have Instagram. Tristan is funny is my main, and then channel _hippie HIPPI, and then also you can find our as he said, our collective EGE. Is it Global Entertainment? It's just Global Instagram EGE Global. Yeah.
Yeah.